understand. let's start. Music is too loud, chat. Just let me know. There you go. That's me. That's me. Yeah, that's me. Why am I wearing a cap? That's a very good question. Tammy never fails. Hey, Tammy. Check this out. Yeah, that's not cool. Like my hair just got, I don't know, just kind of alive today. Better like that. Cool. Hello. And here, and someone's excited. That's cool. I'm excited too. Let me just get rid of the banner. There we go. Chat before everything. Please go to this link and register, check in, okay? Cool, give you a couple of minutes for that while I'll set up my iPad. Well, I set my iPad up, that's better. Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, nice. So, hey, it's Kerime. Nice to have you back, Kerime. I think you were yesterday, with us too. Cool. It's with a 1L, but that's fine. Oh, no way. It's 404. Hey, 404. How's it going? Cool. Okay. So, pie game. Okay. Pie game, and we're going to do a snake game using pie game. I hope this works. Yeah. Let's do it. Cool. So, what you need is Python, basically, just Python, okay? You can see there's my, yep, that's my computer, okay? That's my screen. Get rid of this notebook. I don't need it right now. And let's start, okay? So, couldn't miss a Python stream for anything. Python is the best programming language. You're right, 404. Cool. So, no thank you, Slack. No thank you, Microsoft To Do. Let's open a terminal first. So, cool. Nice. So, let's, yeah, it's a cool background. Thanks, Sammy. Well, okay, let's be, like, to be fair, C++ is, I feel like C++ is at the same level as Python. It's faster. It's really good. It's just too messy to write. Python, on the other hand, is slower, but really easy to write and understand. So, I don't know. I'm with C++ and Python at the same time. But 404, if you prefer Python, then that's okay. Cool. So, let me go to, it's not saved games. I have to go to desktop. Do I have it in Spanish? I think I have it in Spanish. No. Desktop. There we go. Now I think I have something called streams here. Yep. Cool. And then let's do code, of course, for Visual Studio Code. Dot means here. Okay. So for anyone who's wondering why code dot, it's because I want to open Visual Studio Code here. Okay. Cool. Let me just zoom in here because you won't be able to see it. Yeah, it's fine. Let's do stream pie game. Cool. Okay, some chat here. Let's see, Python. Yeah, to start, maybe try reloading the site. Who doesn't? Oh, is it frozen? Let me know. Is it Rahis? Let me know, Rahis. It has started, maybe refreshing. Yeah, maybe. Cool. Okay, so first things first, okay? I always do this when I use Python. Please do the same when you use Python, okay? Not good, refreshed. Okay, cool. Hi for your Windows or for our Windows viewers. Python 3 for Unix based, which is macOS or Linux. Okay, I'll use Pi because I'm on Windows. I do -m venv env. Okay, this creates a virtual environment called env. Okay, why is this? Because if you download stuff libraries to your native Python, to your root Python in your computer, then if something clashes with some other things, then you might have a problem. Okay, so always do it in a virtual environment. Okay, cool. Again, for Unix users, Python 3. Okay, cool. Now, next command is, oh, wait a minute. Who am I? I usually do .vnv. You do VNV? Yeah, that's fine. I use VNV. I don't know, it's easier. Well, wait a minute. I didn't present myself. I just thought that everyone knew me here. Hello, my name is Charbel. People call me Bully. I'm 24. I am a robotics engineer. Let me just get rid of. Yeah, there we go. Robotics engineer. I love AI. I love Python, and I love robots, especially when they do not explode when you are working with them. It happens. Okay, it happens if you've worked with some hardware. Things explode. Okay. Yeah, I work at MLH as a streamer. I'm also a program coordinator in the fellowship side. So if you have questions about the fellowship, just let me know. The very talented Bully. No, not talented. Not as you, Tammy. But thank you very much. You are very kind. I am also a robotics engineer at a startup company in Australia. So yeah, that's cool. We work with drones and AI, so that's fun. Really trying to get into hardware, and the explaining talks aren't helping. Thanks 404. You both are very kind. Okay, 404. What do you want to do with hardware? What is it that you're looking for? Maybe zoom in here because you won't see. In the meantime, to activate the virtual environment, in my case, should be scripts. I'm sorry, my bad. Should be the name of your folder, which is env, and then scripts activate, just like this. Okay, just like this. 3, 2, 1. Enter, and you'll see. Ignore base. Okay, I'll just get rid of base. Wait a minute. How do I get rid of base? On the env. Yeah, that should be it. Okay, cool. Ignore conda. Conda, I use it to train deep learning to use my GPU. Okay, so I have to use conda, but in this case, we'll just use pip. So you'd have to see an env. Okay. If you use Mac or Linux, you have to do source, okay, env, and then it's in bin, and then / activate, like this. Okay, now this will work. Yeah, it basically says, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what source is because it's Windows. Okay, cool. I just want hardware not to break immediately after I touch it. You want the truth? Like, you want a hard truth, 404, or do you want the soft truth? Yeah, just let me know. What do you want me to tell you? If it's a hard truth, it'll break forever. Okay, I still connect capacitors the wrong way and they explode. I still short circuit stuff. It's a usual thing. Like, I've been working with electronics for like 8 years, and it still gets me. So it's like, you just get used to explosions. It's like, shoot. You just disconnect it and put another piece, and that's it. It's not funny when it's something expensive. Okay, that's why I try to simulate first and then put it in hardware. You can use a simulator for Arduino called shoot, I forgot. It's from Adobe. I forgot the name. Yep, Tinkercad. Yep, there you go, Tinkercad. Tinkercad is really good for simple stuff. Okay, for sensors and stuff like that, it's really good. Okay, definitely try it. Cool. Okay, so you have your environment ready. You are ready to use Python. Then you do pip install. Let's do -- upgrade pip, like this. Okay, we will upgrade pip, which is our installer. It usually installs a version not too new. Okay, but it still works. Okay, cool. Now pip install pygame, like this. Okay, pip install pygame should get you the pygame latest version. There you go, pygame 261. Okay, cool, awesome. So going back to Visual Studio Code. Yes, thank you. Okay, so well, that wasn't very smart from my end. I'll just delete this then. Cool. I saw the Python extension of Visual Studio Code. Is that okay? I'm not sure. Wait a minute. So you installed the Python extension here? So just installed Python here? I don't know if you have to install like the like okay, cool. So if you install this for example, this one, I don't know if it was this one, but all of these work with your Python native, let's call it source code that is inside of your computer. So you have to download Python. To do that, you have to go to Python download like this. Go to Python.org and download Python install manager. Yep, and then from there. Okay, I'm pretty sure that the extension is just something that helps this part over here. Okay, it's not your compiler. Okay, is it recommended to use VMV to not interfere with other projects? Yes, so you don't basically mess everything up. So if you have, for example, if I have a neural network project, and then I'm installing another thing, and then I just want to get the README, the requirements, the TXT, then I'll get the whole bunch of libraries that I installed in my source Python, and it's not a good idea. Okay, the best thing is to isolate, as Tammy says, to isolate every single project with environments. Okay, cool. But that's a good question. Tammy says, I think so. Virtual environment creates an isolated space for each of your project dependencies. Totally correct, Tammy. Thanks so much. Cool. Okay, so that UV is better than VNV. Never used UV. Maybe, I don't know. Never used UV before. Cool. Okay, let's get back to code. Cool. So, what is Pygame? Okay, now if you're into game dev or you want to start basically game deving, this is a good start. Okay, now let's be honest. You can create games with Pygame, yes. Can you do interesting games with Pygame? Maybe. Is it worth it? Like, should I invest a lot of time with Pygame? No. Okay. Use Unity. Use its counterpart, which is, I forgot. It's Unity and Unreal. But you can use Pygame just to get the idea of how to create a video game. Okay. Unreal, yes, Unreal and Unity are good. Unity for 2D usually, Unreal for 3D. That's the thing that I've read. Okay, cool. So easy. Import Pygame. Okay. What's wrong with my typing? There we go. So import Pygame, no squiggly line. It means that Visual Studio Code recognizes that I have imported Pygame. Okay. We have to initialize Pygame. Okay. So init Pygame. Okay. So the first thing that you do is Pygame. That init. Okay. Simple as that. Okay. So Pygame uses lots of different libraries. I think everything was cached. In my case. Yeah, using cached Pygame. I think it also uses some libraries like NumPy, I think. So yeah, it's a lot of packages for Pygame. Okay, so you have to init Pygame, and then you have to start to understand as a game dev, okay, that you are working in planes. Okay, so you have to have your screen, and then a plane behind it might be your character. Okay, and for example, in a simple game, you can have two enemies. Okay, a zombie and I don't know, a creeper. Okay, let's say that both of them shouldn't attack. The easiest way to do it is to put them in the same, let's say in the same family, in the same region, in the same slot, okay, called monster. Okay, so monster doesn't attack player. Okay, so that's how you have to see it. Okay, so our first tool is the screen. Okay, so we have to create the screen. Okay, so create the screen. Okay, in this case it works. It can be the width and height that you want. For me, it would be 500. and 500. Okay, that works. Okay, cool. So screen equals Pygame, the display, that's set mode, and then width, height. Okay, like this. Okay, now that creates a display with this width and this height. Okay, now let's set a caption. Let's add a title to our game. Okay, so we can do pygame dot display dot set caption. Pygame first game. Okay, like this. Now, how do you run this? Fairly easy. Go to your terminal. Maybe extend it a little bit more. What if I didn't import Pygame? Would I put something else instead of Pygame? Okay, try it. Okay, do this whole thing without importing Pygame. Nothing works. Okay, and you'll see squiggly lines under it. It means Visual Studio is saying, hey, I'm not getting what Pygame means. Okay, basically, if I do this, okay, see that squiggly lines means I don't get, I'm not getting, I'm not following what's happening. Okay, and it's like, hey, chill. And there you go. That's Pygame. Okay. But yeah, would I put something else instead of Pygame? Okay, because Pygame is the thing, is the library that we're using. And in this case, if I do, I don't know, hello.init, see, hello doesn't exist. Okay, it should be Pygame. Okay, cool. So we can do py and what? What? Oh, it's inside Pygame. My bad. Let me just move it out. There we go. So py intro.py. Y'all saw that? Let's do it again. Did you see that? Oh, again. One more. See that? So for a split second, you can see something. Okay, so there was a something. No errors, by the way. There was a something that just appeared and then disappeared. What the heck's going on? So, no errors. Everything should be working. But you just run the code once. Like a movie, like the old movies, okay, that you had like a spinning wheel and images just went spinning too fast and it created the illusion of moving. Well, every single screen in the world does the same thing. Okay, it refreshes at a rate that your eyes cannot catch up with, and it has the impression that this mouse is moving. I think it froze my machine. Oh no, Control C. So do Control C in your terminal until it just unfreezes. Okay. But yeah. The illusion of moving is because something is refreshing at a faster rate that your eyes can keep up with, and then it's moving. But it's just a set of images. We have to do or create the same illusion with Pygame. Okay, so next step. While true, meaning forever and ever, I want you to run. Okay, now the first event. So events in Pygame are, I don't want to say events, are, let's call them, are reactions or things that happen inside of Pygame that Pygame recognizes and reacts to them. Okay, so for example, for event in Pygame, the event.get. Okay, so from all of the events that we get, if event.type double equals pygame.quit, capital letters, then break. Okay, cool. So far so good. So again, for every single thing that can happen, if it's quit in here, then let's just break. Let's get out of this loop. Okay. By the way, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. Okay, but I have a feeling that I don't know if people that are looking at this stream don't know Python. Send a dot or a point in the chat if you don't know Python. I go a little bit slower, okay? Because I don't know. I feel like if I don't explain what's a for loop, someone might not get it. Okay, so far so good. Okay, cool. Just send a point in the chat. If you don't know how Python works, it's okay. I'll just go slower. Okay, just let me know. Okay, I'll go faster. I'll just assume that you know how a for loop works, what a while true works, all of that. Okay, cool. I know Python, but not too fresh with OOP. But that's fine. Let's see. Will we won't use. Oh, we will. Okay. When we create the game, we'll use object oriented, but it's okay, Tammy. I can go slower there if you want to. Cool. Okay. So let's run this. Let's see what happens. Same thing. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So what's happening is we are saying, hey, if we don't have a quit, I want this to exist forever. Okay, now my computer fans are wild. If I quit, I said if I quit. Oh, it's if I should I quit from here? If I quit from here, then it closes. Okay, now for some reason, okay, I don't know why. If I click on the X, I don't know why it doesn't close. Okay, if you hit Q, I think it quits. Oh no, it doesn't. Control C. Okay, so Control C closes all Pygame. Okay, if it works, if the X works for you, then that's great. Okay, if it doesn't, then Control C. Okay, but one thing, I'm not very familiar with the Pygame modules or these functions. You can explain on the go. I think you are doing that right now. Cool, awesome. Yeah, I'm assuming you don't know Pygame. Okay, I'm assuming you know Python, but not Pygame. Okay, cool, awesome. So that's one event. Okay, now the screen doesn't do anything, right? It's just a plain black screen. Did it have? Oh, there you go. It says Pygame first game. Can you see that? It says here Pygame first game. Okay, so that here it is. Okay, cool. Now, what other events exist? We have we can press keys, and Pygame knows when we press the keys. So let's work with that. Okay. So elif event, the type double equals Pygame, the key down, careful with capitals, key down, okay. Then if event the key double equals Pygame the k underscore w, okay, then print W key was pressed. Okay, so what is this doing? It's getting an event. It's saying, hey, if the event is a type of someone pressed the key, then is it W? If it's W, let's just print W key was pressed. Okay, let's see that in action. Sophie says that I missed the setup. No, this is the setup. That's a bad thing on my end. I didn't add this to my GitHub. Okay, I'll do it after the stream. But yeah, nope. Just import Pygame, install it from pip. We created a virtual environment. You can see it here. And voila, just pip install Pygame. And can I send the whole thing as one? I think I send a lot of messages. My bad. Okay, there you go. That's the code. Okay. Cool. That happens when I don't upload it to GitHub. Okay, cool. So far so good. We are looking for events that are key downs. If it's W, it'll react. If not, then it won't. Okay, let's do it now. Okay, nothing's happening. Not pressing anything. What about W? Ooh. See that, chat? W is being pressed. Now, if I press on P, nothing happens. A, S, D, F, G, H, Y, nothing happens. The W, is pressed. Okay. Can I see the top? Yes, Sophie. There we go. There we go. Yeah, Tammy. So now we can control when or how. Yep, you're welcome. When or how to react with keys. Okay. My bad. I actually have to do pygame.quite here. Is that why I didn't get? No, X doesn't work. I'm not sure why. Okay, just use Control C. Okay, so that's that. Okay, that's kind of an intro to Pygame. Okay, that's the intro to events. That's the intro to displaying. Okay, now the display doesn't do anything. Okay, remember we need to refresh each and every single time. So don't get confused when it says refresh or when you have to update some things. Movement is an illusion of images. Okay, don't forget that. Okay, cool. Now I feel like I feel like very smart saying that. Okay, cool. Now, what else can we do? Okay, so we can draw the rectangle. Okay, inside of it. Where do we want to draw this? In the screen. Okay. Color of our rectangle 25500. It means all reds, 0 green, 0 blues, all red rectangle. Size of it, okay, should be 50. It's inside of this 50, 50, 100, and 100. Okay. Now, X, Y value, it's width and height. Okay, cool. Now, what about Pygame the draw? Did I just say something weird? Wait a minute. Pygame draw rect. Go to this. Rectangle, yep, to draw, rect, not filled, not confused, border radius. Nope. Say what? Oh, there we go. Surface, color, rectangle, width. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's test it. I think it's X and Y coordinates, okay, of where you want your rectangle to be, and then width and height. Okay, I missed a comma where, yeah, you're right. Thank you. Cool. Thank you. Nice. Yeah, to recall it. Got it. Pygame the draw that circle. Okay. Same thing. We have to draw where? Screen. Which color? Let's do it. You can do whichever color you want. I'll do 0 in reds, 255 in greens, 0 in blues. Okay. Comma. And then let's do 250 X value, 250 Y value. Now we don't need width and height for a circle. We did the radius. Okay, radius is 50. Is it radius or is it diameter? We'll test that. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's radius. I forgot. Let's see how it reacts. Okay. Cool. Now let's do it. Okay. Go back to terminal. Sorry. Go back to terminal. I said 3, 2, 1. What's wrong? What's happening here? Like what do you think might be happening? No errors. Okay, no errors here. The code looks good. What's going on? Any ideas? Let's see. Yep. Nope. No ideas. Maybe it's an issue on my end. Maybe not. Remember illusions. Okay. Pygame. The display. That flip. What this does, it refreshes the screen each iteration of this while true. Okay. Let's see it in action. Let's go here, Control C, Run it again. Check that out. Okay, so we got, and we can press W and that works. Okay, we got a square. It's 50 and 50. Okay, that makes sense because careful here, 0 and 0 are up here. Okay, not here and not here, they're up here. That's a little bit weird, at least for me. I'm used to have them here, but it's okay. 0 and 0. It means if you want to go down, in if you want to go left, or I'm sorry, right in X, it's positive. Left in X is negative. Okay. If you want to go down in Y's, it is negative. Okay. Actually, no, it's positive. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to 500, I think it was. Okay. Circle is at 250, 250. Center. 50 radius should be 100 pixels. Should it? Let's see, 500. Okay. It's either a big circle or a not so very big circle. Okay. Yeah, it should be. Then it's a diameter. It's not radius. Okay. It's not diameter. It's radius. My bad. Okay. He uses the whole thing. Okay. Cool. Because if it were to be the diameter, you were able to see here parts of the circle, but you can't. Okay. Yeah. So these are the coordinates. Okay. These two are the coordinates of your rectangle. These two are the coordinates of the circle. Okay. So remember, the width and height is 500. So in the center would be 250, 250. Okay. So let's just close Pygame for now. Okay. I don't want this. Let's do it 50. Okay. Without the flip, won't work. Okay. Cool. Now everything's cool. Okay. Nice. Awesome. You're welcome. Everything's good. Now we got the basic idea of what we can do with Pygame. Okay. Can we move stuff? Yes. Let's do it. Okay. So let's see. Can we? Okay. Let's try it again, so we make sure it sticks. Okay. Let's do Pygame 2. Okay. Inside of it, again, import Pygame. Okay. Under it, we have to do the same thing, which is init Pygame. Okay. So Pygame.init, like this, and then we have to create a screen. That's a must. Okay. If not, it's a screenless game, which I don't know. It's maybe your imagination, but yeah. You wouldn't use Pygame for your imagination, but yeah, that's okay. Width, height equals, let's do 500. I think it's good. Okay, cool. Now, screen again equals Pygame, the display, that set mode, init, width, and height. So far, so good. Remember what we did a few minutes ago? Pygame, the display, that set caption. It's the second Pygame game, okay? It's the second Pygame, or it's the second Pygame game. I don't know. I'll say Pygame with a space there. Second Pygame game, just to be safe. Okay. Cool. Now we have our displays. Okay. Now let's set some starting coordinates. Okay. X equals 250. Y equals 250. Okay. Cool. Now we will play with refresh rates and difference between one coordinate and another. Okay, so we can play with the speed. Well, the speed will be 5. Okay, and you'll see how this works. Okay, now watch it. Okay, same thing. for event in pygame the event dot get. This is the starting loop to check every single event, key downs, quits, okay, everything. Now in here, if event dot type double equals pygame dot quit, like this, then break. Okay. Oh, my bad. No, let's do this. Running variable like this. So running equals true, and as easy as false in, okay, like this. So what happened? I just changed, because if I do the break here, I'll just break this for loop, but not this while loop, which doesn't make sense. Okay, so if I make it so that this while loop depends on running, and if it's quit, then running becomes false, then out. Okay, cool. Now, outside of the for loop, okay, keys equals pygame. Yeah, smart move. Cool. Pygame the key dot get pressed. Okay, what is this? Okay, what's the difference between this one and this one over here? If you get two keys, pressing two keys at the same time, this one won't listen to you. This one will. Okay, cool. Now, oh my bad. Cool. So we got all of the keys pressed. Okay, so if keys in, so it's like a dictionary. A dictionary is a hash map. Okay, so keys pygame the k left. Okay, so if this key over here is true, which means the left key arrow was pressed, then x equals minus equals speed. Okay, now what happens with the right? If keys in pygame dot k right, then x plus equals speed. So what's speed really? Speed is just, we're adding or subtracting pixels. Okay, that's movement. Okay, cool. Now, same thing if keys in pygame the k up. Okay, if it's up, y minus equals speed, and if it's down, pygame the k up, I'm sorry, it's down, then y plus equals speed. Okay, let's check that in action. This won't run. Okay, this will work, this won't run. Okay, remember we have to refresh. So before that, okay, screen.field, let's add some color to it. Okay, actually no, let's not. Let's see what happens if we don't. Okay, pygame the draw that rectangle. Okay, screen, we want a rectangle that's not red, not green, but blue. Okay, where x and y, okay, size is 50 width, 50 height. Okay, smaller rectangle than last time. And then pygame the display that flip. Okay, let's see how this goes. Yeah, I think that should be it. Let's see if it actually works. It's not intro. It's high game 2. Okay. We have a square. We have a screen. If we click or hit on the arrows, oh, that's not good, right? What could be going on? Okay. Let's close this. What's going on? Okay, any ideas? Any like let's brainstorm what's happening. Remember, just keep in mind refresh, keep in mind illusion. What could be happening? Maybe got some ideas, maybe not, but yep. Want to see if you have some ideas. While I charge my phone. It has 39%. Cool. It's keeping the old position intact. Also updating new pixels. Ooh, that's a very good answer. Yep. Part of the deal is we are not redrawing, repainting the squares that the square left. Okay? That's one. Now, the other thing is we said the speed was 5 pixels a second, but I just pressed it a half a second, like click, and it just drew a ginormous line. We have to be careful with that. If you're working with hardware too, I don't remember who was it. I think it's 404. But 404 knows that we have to add something like a speed of thinking. Okay. In this case, it's called clock. That tick, and then 30. Okay, like this. Now go up, put it here. Clock equals high game dot time dot clock. Okay. What does this mean? It means if we don't add this, the speed of this game is the speed of thought of your CPU. Okay, so for you, it was a half a microsecond that you pressed. At least for my CPU, it was fast enough for it to draw a ginormous line. Okay, now let's try that without doing this. Okay, let's keep that idea now. Okay, we'll see that. Now it's better, right? It's a usual speed, okay? But as a little sulfur says, we are just not redrawing or repainting the background. Again, illusion or movement is an illusion. So let's make sure that each iteration we fill the screen with its original color. Okay, let's see that in action. 3, 2, 1. See that? No, I'm just pressing on my arrow keys and it's moving, right? The real thing is it's just updating its coordinates, and we can do it in a super fast way that it seems like it's moving, but in the end it's just changing direction. Okay, it's an illusion. Okay, and you have to keep that illusion up with this. Okay, cool. Now terminal, Control C, there you go. Cool. Okay, yeah, that should be good. That should be all for movement. Okay, now yep, it's like a 150, 160 lines of code. We can do it. Okay, let's go with Snake Game. Okay, the topic of like the big project of this stream, Snake Game. Okay, it'll probably take like an hour. Let's do it. Okay, new one. Oh, by the way, questions about this. All good? Yep, I'll just wait 1 minute for questions. If everything's good, then we can move on. Can I have the code? Yes. Yes, let me see if I can find it again on GitHub, okay? Do I have it? I don't remember if I have it in our repo. That's not this repo, but let's see. Here. maybe you nope. Nope, I don't have it. Okay. Isn't it in this one? Nope. Can it be here? Open source, maybe. PyBullet? Nope. Maybe data last time? Did I stream about this? No, I didn't. Okay. Sophie, yes, but when I finish the code, okay? I have it in a Google Doc. I'll just have to copy paste it and put it in GitHub, and I'll share it with you, okay? But keep this repo, okay? That repo, this code will be in that repo, okay? Cool, good so far. No questions. All good. Clock that tick reminds me of time that delay function. Yes, it's the same thing. Time that sleep as well. Yeah, just careful. Okay. Now there's a huge difference between clock and time that sleep. Okay. Time that sleep freezes your entire thread. Okay. It means, let's say, for example, Tammy yesterday mentioned about hardware. Okay. So you have your IoT, you have a sensor, and that sensor is sending information from one point to another. It's using that thread. If you use time.sleep, so it's a smoother, let's call it a smoother channel, then the channel freezes each, I don't know, 5 milliseconds, which is not good. Okay, so we are not looking to freeze the thread. We are just delaying it. Okay, it's not sleeping, it's delaying. Okay, so it's a difference. Just be careful with that. Okay, because if you sleep, then you will lose information. Okay, sleep doesn't work here. Okay, but good thought. Okay, it's a good idea. Okay, cool, awesome. Now, new code. It has to be called snakegame.py. Okay, cool. Now, but it would work. Like .sleep would work. Just be careful with sleep. Okay. Import pygame. Okay. Import random. Okay, and import time. Okay. We didn't install both of them. Don't worry. It usually comes pre-installed with Python. Okay. Pygame doesn't. Okay, but random and time do. Okay. Cool. Now, Tammy, let's make it a little bit slower. Okay. Class, we define a class called game. Okay. Capital letters, it's the usual way to define a class name. Okay. For it to be like snake game, should be like this. Snake game. Okay. What about import turtle? Okay. Yep, that's good. But we won't use turtle. Okay. So it's fine, but if you don't use it, it's like you just don't need it. Okay. These are loaded into memory. Okay. The more you import, the heavier on memory is your code. Just be careful there. Okay. But yeah, it's like you can import turtle as long as you use it. If you don't, then don't do that. Okay. Cool. Now, it's step by step. Okay. If you have questions, chat, just let me know. Let's go step by step. Okay. Cool. So, def init soft. Okay, what's going on? Okay, what is this? This is called a constructor. Okay, whenever you run this class, whenever it constructs, will get automatically constructed some variables here. Okay, if you want to run some functions or methods that we call them automatically when you construct this snake game, then it'll do it inside of init. Okay, it has to be underscore underscore. We call it dunder. Okay, D as for double, dunder like double under. Okay, cool. So let's initialize pygame, pygame.init inside. Okay, cool. Next one, we want to keep a score. Okay, so player score. Okay, self.score equals 0. Now, what is self? Okay, if you are not used to object-oriented programming in Python, self is a pointer in memory. Okay, so a class is let me just turn my light on because I'm just disappearing in the dark. There we go. Self is a pointer in memory that points to this specific class. Okay, so you can view classes as molds. Okay, like I don't know, a bottle mold. Okay, where you can create 100,000 bottles a day. Okay, all of those look the same because they have the same mold. So imagine you have 100,000 bottles. Okay, and I just I want to buy a bottle, and I tell you, hey, I want to buy that bottle, but I just don't point at it. I just say I want to buy that bottle, and look straight at you. Okay. First of all, that's weird, and you won't know what bottle from the 100,000 I would be talking about. Well, that's the same thing here. Okay. I have to point at the object from the class for Python not to freak out. Okay. That's what self does. Okay. It's a similar thing to this in JavaScript. I don't know how this works in JavaScript. I think it's similar. Okay, I don't know if it's the same, but it's similar at least. Okay, cool. So we're saying, hey, from this object, I want you to give me a score. Okay, cool. Now, let's do it like this so it's easier, neater. Set the window. Okay, so self.window or screen, okay, equals pygame, the display, that set mode 500, 500. Okay, nothing new so far. Okay, cool. Now, you can have different fonts for your games. Okay, for this game, I liked one called Consoles. Okay, let's use that one. So font object, it will be consoles 20 pixels. Okay, you can change that as you'd like. Okay, self.font equals pygame dot font dot sys font should be called consoles 20 pixels. Okay, cool. Now, let's store some colors for us. Okay, you saw me using RGB before. Let's use that, but we will use them a lot of time. So let's just have variables for us to know which colors we're working with. Okay, so important colors self.blue equals pygame.color, okay, and then 0, 0, 255, okay. It can be as an object color or as we did it previously, okay. Well, let's do it with the object color now, okay. Self.green equals pygame.color 149, 212, 122, okay. Self.red equals pygame.color 255, 0, 0. Self.white equals pygame.color 255, 255, 255. Okay, cool. Now self.black equals pygame.color 0, 0, 0, lacking all colors. Self.pink equals pygame.color 246, 143, 160. Okay, you'll take a look at the colors later, but trust me. Okay. And my favorite color, aqua, equals pygame.color. It's like a bluish green or a greenish blue. 0, 176, 178. Okay, like this. Imported colors. Okay, we have them stored. It's easy to use now. Now let's get some speed. Now the speed can be the one that you like, okay? It's up to you. The faster the snake goes, the more difficult it will become to control it, okay? So let's make it not impossible. So set the speed. Set the speed of snake. Self that speed equals 15. Okay. Now we have to spawn the snake. Okay, snake has to spawn when the class commences. Okay, so we have two important parts of the snake: the head and the body. Okay, the head is the one in charge of the collisions, and the body is the one that's following the head and growing when we eat. Okay, cool. So we need a head equals 150. Okay, that's going to be the starter coordinate of our snake. It'll always start there. Okay, cool. Now, first snake blocks. Okay, so the snake blocks include the head, so we have to add self blocks. Oh, snake equals, it's a list of lists, 150, and then 90, 50. I said, and then 80, 50, and then last one will be 70, 50. Okay, this implies that we stay in the y coordinate. It's a line. We are just moving 10 pixels. That means that each block will be 10 by 10. Okay, cool. Careful here. Okay, follow the calculation now, and if you want to adjust the width and height later, you can do it, because everything is calculated with 10 pixels. Okay, if you want to redo the height and width or change it, you have to change some calculations so that it doesn't collide with itself. Okay, cool. So we have the head and 3 more blocks. Okay, cool. Now default direction of snake is self the dir equals right. Okay, let's make it go to the right first. Okay, cool. Now self the next dir equals none. Okay, now this helps us to control the direction. You'll see it later. Okay, guys, good. It's midnight here. Thank you so much for the awesome stream I have done made the snake game. Can't wait to see it come to life. Awesome, Tammy. Thanks so much for watching. And yep, please go to sleep. We'll see you next level hack week. I hope so. Okay. Take care, Tammy. Cool. So, just in case, next there. Okay. Now, what's none? Well, that's a great question. None is nothing, basically. Okay. Quick question, Sophie. What programming language are you used to work with? Because none is null, but there's no null in Python. Null is none. So in C or JavaScript or Java, you find null like this. But that's fine. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. None is nothing. Okay, it's just an empty slot in memory. Okay, I can add whatever I want. I can do a 1, I can do 0, I can do a C maybe, but now I just want to check if it's nothing. Okay, and none is nothing. Okay, Visual Studio doesn't underline this as a special character like this, but it's nothing basically. Okay, cool. So next there. Oh, my bad. It's not none. Well, I hope I answered your question, but this is not none. It's out there. Okay, now, why is this? Okay, so the direction is right. The next direction has to be right if we don't change it. If we change it, then the direction would change. Okay, if we don't do it like this, the snake will just get crazy. Okay, we have to have two. The next one and the previous, or actually the next one and the current one. Okay, so it doesn't do crazy things. Okay, but you can set it as none and then set it as this, like this. Okay, Sophie, it's the same. Cool. Okay, so if you're a beginner Python programmer, just let me know if you have more questions. Okay, I can go slower. We have 1 hour, so I think we have time to create this game. Cool. Okay. We have to lose or win. Okay. Self that Eden. Alive. Okay. Self that Eden equals false. Okay. Actually, this is for fruit. Fruit control. Okay. So if a fruit is eaten or not. Okay. So one fruit, when it's eaten, it has to spawn another one randomly. Okay. Cool. Now, okay, my bad. Initial fruit position. Self that fruit pose equals random grand range. I'll get to this function in a second. Okay, 1 and it's 500 over 10. Okay, and it's times 10, and then random that rand range should be the same thing. 1 should be 400 over 10 times 10. Okay, cool. What's happening here? Okay, I think it's actually 500. It's a mistake in my template. Okay, cool. So random gives us random numbers. Rand range, it gives me a random number from a range between 1 and this number right here, which is the width over 10. Okay. Now, Sophie, this double slash means I want to get only the, how it is called in English, the quotient, or like I want to get the whole number without the decimal point. Okay. It won't give me a decimal point because it's over 10, but it's a floor. Yeah, it's I don't know if it's a floor. Because floor goes down if it's under 0.5. So if you have like 1.2, it'll just give you 1. Okay. If you have like 1.9, it'll just give you 1. Okay. So it just gets rid of the decimal point. Okay. It's a quotient. I think it's called quotient. And the residue, so it gets rid of the residue of a division. Okay. Cool. Now, 500 because it's the width and height of our screen. Over 10 because we want our fruit to be 10 pixels. Okay, so we don't spawn half a fruit outside of the screen, and then times 10, so we do all of the screen. Okay, so it basically takes care of the fruit width and height, and then to all of the screen. Okay, does it floor minus 3.2 to minus 4? That's a great question. I'm not sure. So the floor method, I'm not sure. I think it does. Maybe a little solver might know, but I think it does. No. Okay, I don't think so. Yeah, I think it just removes, like, okay, so as we did like this, it just removes the decimal. Okay, if you do floor, so you have to import math. You have to do it like this, like import math and then math.floor, like this. So if you do floor to minus 3.2, I think this will give you minus 3. Because I think it gets it as an unsigned int, so it's seeing this basically. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but that's a good question. Let's ask ChatGPT later. Okay, we don't use math, so that's fine. Okay, cool. So initial fruit position is there. Okay, cool. That's in it. Okay, everything is now set up. We can work with it. Okay. Def show score. Okay. Self, always everything that has to do with the object, it has to have self. Okay. Python best practices, chunk of comments, function that shows the score of the player. Okay. Cool. Now, display the surface object. Now, we want this score to be in the frame. Okay, so we have to create an object where to write in. Okay, write on. Okay, so score surface equals self.font render f string. Sophie is so a normal string is like this. You can add characters here. Okay, like this. This here is an error, and this is not an error. Okay, if you want to add yeah, okay, let me explain it in a second. If you want to add variables to your string, you put an f, and you can do your brackets like this. So now I can add here self without an error. Okay, see that? So it's a string, and inside of the string with this curly braces and an f before, it's I can add variables to it. Okay, now what's self? Again, imagine, so a class is like a mold, okay, where you are creating objects. Okay, so imagine you are Coca-Cola. Okay, you are creating 100,000 bottles a day of plastic. Okay, all of them look the same. There should be the same. There's no way distinguishing between one and the other. Okay, so imagine you have a bunch, like 100,000 bottles in front of you, and I just go and tell you, hey, can you give me that bottle over there? No pointing, no. I'm not showing any direction to which bottle I want. So you go like, yeah, I have 100,000 bottles. Which one would you like me to give to you? Okay. The self is as if I were to point at a special bottle and tell you, I want that bottle over there. I don't want the other. I just want that one over there. That's the same thing in memory for self. Self is pointing at the object so that Python doesn't say, hey, hold on, I know the class, I know the object, but we're talking about which object. Okay, so you're basically saying that object over there. Make sense? I hope it makes sense. Awesome. Self is the object that calls the method itself, like this keyword in Java. Yeah, basically. Because it's in memory, but Python doesn't know where in memory or which part of the memory you'd like to talk to. The self connects it. Okay, cool. You are welcome. Nice. Okay, so an f string that says score, and the score is self.score. Okay, we're calling this score right here. Okay, and we are putting it here. Score with capital. There we go. That's better. You add a true and self.black. Okay, we want a black font. Okay, cool. Now create rectangular object for surface. So score.rect equals score surface dot get rectangle. Okay, score surface. Okay, so from here this creates a rectangle, and over the rectangle it writes. We want to get the rectangle here. Okay, and then self.window display the score. selected window, which is the window that we created, which is the display, okay? Dot bullet, okay? It writes, bullet means write and refresh, okay? So score surface, score rect, okay? So we are writing the score surface over the score rectangle, okay? Cool. That's a little bit confusing. It'll make sense a little bit later once we position it, okay? Cool. So that's the score, okay? Now, let's get into a little bit of math, okay? If you have questions, chat, just let me know. Def spawn fruit, okay? Now, function that spawns fruit randomly in the window, okay? Cool. So choose a random new spot to spawn the fruit, okay? Careful here, okay? We will give a 5 pixel to 10 pixel area. So it's not very difficult, okay? So we just add a little bit of a threshold there. Selected fruit position equals random. That rand range, okay? Maybe I should copy paste the whole thing so that it's not that confusing. It's the same thing here. Cool. We just respawn another fruit, okay? We got the position, now we spawn it, okay? So we can see it. It's not the same as having it in the computer or visually, okay? Pygame draw spawn, my bad, spawn in screen. Pygame that draw the rectangle. The fruit is going to be a square, okay? Self that window, okay? It's a where. Now, which color? Self that blue, okay? Pygame that rectangle. Self dot. Okay, so now we create a rectangle, okay? In self dot fruit. Wait a minute, what fruit position? In 0, and I'll explain what this rectangle inside of rectangle is, okay? And then self dot fruit pause in 1 and 10. Okay, now what's going on, okay? We created a rectangle in window, which is our screen, color blue. Actually it should be pink. Do we have pink? Yes, we do. Okay. Inside of that, we create a rectangle of 10, and it's self that fruit position in 0 and 1, which is the coordinates. Okay. What's going on? Like, why is this like this? This, up until this point, it's your visual. Up until this point, it's your what do you call this? Your collision. Okay, so it's the collision that's going to react. Okay, cool. Now, cool. That's for fruit. Okay. Def keyboard. I'll just probably do it like this. So if anyone's following, you can just write the code. Cool. So we are creating our function now that helps us keep track of the keyboard and moves the the snake. Okay, so write it down. Function that handles keyboard events. Okay, cool. So we will call this function whenever we know that we press the key. Okay, so no need to do the if statement here. It's guaranteed that this is going to be called whenever we press the key. Okay, so if the key double equals pygame, the key up, then self the next direction equals like this. Okay, so if the key that we press is the up, we're going up. Okay, let's do the same thing for down. Same thing here. Let's do the same thing for left. And let's do the same thing for right. Okay, yep, that should be good. I'll give you like 5 seconds to write. Well, I drink tea. The tea, I don't know, it tastes horrible. It's like, I don't know what it even is. In English, I don't know what this is. Linden Blossom tea. I don't know, but it just tastes horrible. But yeah, I had to give it a try. Okay, cool. So with honey, like I added honey to it. I don't know, it's a weird taste. Okay, make sure we don't break the snake. Okay, open paint real quick. Cool. Okay, so this is paint. I'll just, there we go. So the snake is right here. Okay, like this. So it's looking that way over there. We are going left. Okay, now what happens if you press right? The snake won't magically go right? It cannot. It has to go either up and right, like this, or it has to go down and right. Okay, but the right, this option is non-existent for a snake going left. Same thing for a snake going up. Snake going up cannot go magically down. Okay, so we have to take care of that. Okay, because if not, then it'll just collide with itself and you would lose weirdly. Okay, cool. No, thank you. Cool. So, if self next their double equals up, and our direction is not down, then we can easily go down. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. This is not correct. There we go. Basically, we're setting up the direction to be the next one to be down, as long as we don't go up. Okay. Cool. So self that there equals up. Okay. Same thing for down. It's the same thing, but like inverse. Okay, and self there is not equal up. Then we can go down. Okay, cool. Same thing for next there double equals left, and self that there is not right. Then we can go right. We can go left. Okay, It's just the logic of not eating itself. Okay. If self the next there double equals right, and self that there does not equal left, then self that there equals right. Okay, cool. So far so good. Awesome. So that's taking care of the key. Okay. Now the whole snake logic comes down. Def snake mech. Okay. Self pointing it to itself. Okay. Function that takes care of the snake's mechanism. Careful, since the snake's blocks are also 10 by 10, like the fruits, then we'll be adding by tens. Okay, it's not by ones, but by tens. Okay, so plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. Okay, so when we move plus 10. So we move one block. Okay, we don't move one pixel, we move one block. Okay, cool. So let's say that the game has started and snake mech is the function that is basically working now. Then we need a fruit, right? So we cannot play without a fruit. So draw. It's not a think because we thought of the fruit here. Yeah, we are drawing the fruit. First fruit. Okay, so pygame dot draw dot rectangle. Okay, we'll do the same thing as we did here. Okay, it's just the first one. It's this one right here, the one that is in spawn fruit. Copy that one and paste it in the first bar. Okay, like this. Okay, cool. So increment by tens since it's moving. Okay, so move the snake basically. Stuff that snake blocks that insert. Okay, in 0 list of self that head. Okay, I'll explain this in a second. Let me just write it down. Okay, cool. So we are just adding the head in the first place to the snake blocks. Okay, that way it's moving. Okay, now we need to keep track of the head, and this is the way to do it. So it's inserting in the first place of the list. Okay, wait a minute. I know we have a lot of questions. Check this out. So if increment size if we ate fruit. Okay, so self that head in 0, which is the first one. Okay, double equals self that fruit position in 0, and self that head in 1 double equals self that fruit position in 1, which means we are at the coordinate of the fruit. Then self that score, I missed an if here, self that score plus equals 10 because it's cool to give 10 points, and then self that eaten equals 2. Okay, so we ate something else. Now, if we ate something, we just keep it that way. Okay, now if we don't eat anything, remove the last one, the last block if we didn't grow enough. Okay, it's not shrinking, it's just removing one block and then moving it basically 10 pixels left, right, up, or down, depending on where we're going. Okay, so self.snake box.pop. Okay, pop means get rid of the last one. Okay, and then that's it. Okay, so if we ate something, we don't remove the last one, so it gives the illusion that it grew. Okay, but if we didn't eat anything, we just remove the last one, so we move the entire list. Okay, it'll probably make sense now that we do for position in self.snake blocks game, the draw, the rectangle. Okay, I saw the question. Just let me just write this part and I'll go to the question. Self.window, self.aqua. Does pop remove the last member if you put nothing to it? What do you mean? Does pop remove the last member? If you put nothing to it? Yep. So if you do, I think pop doesn't. I don't know if it accepts. Oh no, it does accept. Okay, remove and return an item at index. Yeah. Okay, so if you do like pop -2, it's not the last one, but the second last. Okay, or if you do 0, it should pop the first one. Okay, but yeah. Pop without anything inside of the parentheses gets rid of the last one. Cool. Self.aqua, and then that's the color, and then game dot rectangle. Okay, and then we do it for position in 0, and then for position in 1, and it's a size of 10. Okay, so we created another rectangle in window, color aqua, this position over here with this width and height. Okay, we're doing it for every position in snake blocks. Okay, if we got rid of the first one, of the last one, and we inserted the head in the first one, then it didn't shrink, it just moved. Okay, cool. So now let's move. Okay, now we just did it in math. Now we just have to add the position of it. Okay, so move the snake. Okay, snake. There we go. So if self.direction double equals up, then self.head in 1, which is y value. Okay, minus equals 10. And remember 10 because each block has a width and height of 10. So we don't move a pixel, we move a block. Okay, cool. Same thing if it's going down, like this, like this. So if it's going down, then we don't subtract 10, we add 10. Okay, cool. So same thing for left. Okay, left is in 0, which is the x value of your head. It subtracts 10, and for your right, it has to be plus 10, and it's in 0. Okay, which is x value for left, x value for right, y for down, y for up. Okay, cool. Now it's moving. We checked if we ate fruit here, but how do we check if we are losing? Okay, if we either collide with each other or with a wall, okay, which is the window. Okay, so check if snake is out of the screen. In that case, you lost. Okay, self.head, if self.head in 0, okay, is less than 0, because we know that the window goes from 0 to 500 in X and from 0 to 500 in Y. Okay, there is no negative numbers. Okay, so it's either lesser than 0 or self.head in 0 is greater than 500 minus 10. Now, I could have put just 490, but it's just easier to understand. Remember that our blocks are 10 pixels of size. You have to take in account these 10 pixels. If you don't, then you'll get out of the screen without dying for the first 10 pixels. Okay, that's why we have to take care of those. Okay, if that happens, so the game over like this. Okay, cool. Now, if self.head in 1 is less than 0, or self.head in 1 is greater than 500, was it 500 in, where's the screen size? Yep, it's 500, because in my template it's 400, so it's confusing me, but it should be 500 minus 10. Okay, and self.game over. Okay, so if we either got out of bounds, it's game over. Okay, also touching the snake's body makes you lose. Okay, did we define game over? Not yet. We're defining it just after this one. Okay, it's not like C that you have to define the functions before you write them. You can define it later. Okay, cool. So for block in self.snake blocks 1. What does this mean, Sophie? If you don't know, specifically Sophie, okay, because I know that Sophie's probably not that familiar with Python for now. We're saying from the first all the way up to the end. That's what this means. Okay, yeah, it's splitting. Cool, but yeah, it's splitting. It means from the first one, I'm sorry, should be the second one, all the way up to the last one. Okay, this should be the first one. Okay, but this is the second. Okay, so if self.head, we don't take in account like why the second one, because the first one is your head, and the head is in the head. And if you say, hey, are we colliding with the head? Well, technically, yeah, and you will be losing all the time. Okay, so we cannot collide with the head, or the head cannot collide with itself. It has to collide with the body. Okay, that's why we don't take into account the head. Okay, makes sense? I hope it makes sense. Okay, so self.head in 0 double equals block in 0, and self.head in 1 double equals block in 1, then self.game over. Okay, basically saying if the head is colliding with a part of the body, then it's game over. Okay, so far so good. Yep, I'll just leave the code a little bit there so you can follow if you're following. Cool. There we go. Nice. Okay. 2 more functions to go, and then we are done. Okay. We have 25 minutes, so let's do it a little bit fast. Okay. So far so good. Awesome. Now, we have to define game over. Okay. Now, function that handles when the game is over, and then a sad face because it's game over. Okay, cool. So game over surface. Okay, why is this? Because we want to add a surface over our screen, so it's like a let's call it like an overlay over the screen that says game over and then our score. Okay. Self.font.render. You lost. Okay, like this, true, and then self.red. Okay, cool. Now, create a rectangle for the text surface. Okay, we have to add text in a rectangle. Okay, game over rectangle equals game over surface. Okay, remember we did the same thing when we started. We get this thing's rectangle, the score surface, by getting it like this. Okay, so we do the same thing. We get this dot rect. I think it's dot get rect, like this. Okay, cool. Now we got the rectangle. Setting the position for the text. Okay, so game over rectangle dot mid top. We're setting the middle top, which is equal to 500 over 2, and then 500 over 2, which is width and height. Okay, so it's in exactly the middle. Okay, so that's going to be the middle of this rectangle. Okay, now Blit will draw the text on the screen. Okay, just in case. Self that window that Blit game over surface, which is again the first one is where should we write the game over surface, and what should we write? Game over rect. Okay, there we go. Now we have to flip Pygame the display that flip like this. Okay, and then let's do after 2 seconds the program will quit. Okay, so for whoever said time.sleep, in this case we will use it because we will freeze all threads so we can quit the game after all of the threads have been frozen. Okay, like this. Okay, we are not inside the game, we're just outside of the game now. Okay, we just lost. Okay, so it doesn't matter if we use like time.sleep, the thread can be frozen and it's fine. Okay, cool. That's game over. Def start. Okay, so like this, and then main function that runs the whole game. Okay, now it's just we have the pieces of the puzzle, we just need to basically put them together. Okay, so initialize the window. So Pygame the display dot set caption MLH snake game, like this. Okay, now control the frames per second, or yeah, basically the FPS is what we chatted about before. So FPS equals Pygame dot time dot clock, capital C. Okay, so that it doesn't move like surprisingly fast because it's going at CPU speed. Let's just control it. Okay, cool. Now the game has to run until we lose, okay? So while true, as we did it before. Oh, come on, what's wrong with my typing now? Fill the window with background color. Remember, if we didn't do this, then when the snake moves, it's going to leave a trail of snakes, which doesn't make sense, okay? So self the window that fill, self that green, okay? This is a very, very light green, and I like it, okay? Cool. Display score, and now self.show score like this. Okay, so it's easy. It's just a function that we already created. Check events. Okay, so for event in Pygame, the event.get, if event the type double equals Pygame.quit, break. Okay, I don't think this will break. Wait a minute. Let's do running equals true. For breaking the game of the game. There we go. Cool. So because if we break here, we just break out of this for loop, which doesn't make sense. So while running, and should be running equals false. Okay, so again, if we get a quit, running equals false. This while true gets out, and we're out of the game. Okay, cool. So if event the type double equals Pygame the key down, remember we had a function for this, self the keyboard key. Okay, so remember that I told you we didn't, like, it's guaranteed that the function gets an event key because we have the if here. Okay, cool. Now, outside of the for loop, snake mechanism. Okay, self that snake mechanism. Okay, check if fruit was eaten. Okay, so if self that eaten, then we have to spawn a new fruit. Okay, self spawn fruit, self that eaten equals false. Okay, if we don't do this, if we don't add the false to eaten, then we will spawn fruits forever. Okay, and that's not good. Cool. Now, last steps. Refresh the screen. Pygame the display the update. We use update because we have text in it. Okay, and then FPS the tick, and we'll go to the self that speed. So it's in coordination with our speed. Okay. Lastly, come on, we can do it. If dunder name double equals dunder main, then game equals game, like this, and then we do game that start. So we are calling snake game, calling this starting function here, and this takes care of the whole things. Okay, so far so good. Any questions before we run it? I'll give you 1 minute for questions. If everything's good, that's good too. Okay, I hope it's good. Tam is not here, but Tam is usually the one that keeps count of my mistakes. But yeah, Tammy knows that. Should that be get? Okay, I'll go in with you, Sophie. Next, Little Surfer says, should that be get? Which one? In the event loop. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, nice catch. Thank you. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Thank you so much. Yep. Why do we only run mech once? You don't. You run mech every single time because you're in the while loop. True. So it's a while loop that runs forever up until we quit. We quit either. Yeah, it's inside of the loop here. See that? Maybe this line can help you visualize a little bit. If you see it's not great as these two or these two over here, it's because it's inside of the loop. See this? Yep. Cool. Nice. Good questions. Cool. Thanks, Little Sulfur. Sure, Little Sulfur. Oh, cool. Let's run it. Pi. Snakegame.py. There we go. Using my arrows. Oh, great. Pi game has entry left. Line 70. What was it? Line 70, 70, 70. Come on. 70. Oh, it's K left. My bad. Yeah. Oops. Always happens. Okay. Error number 1. I think we'll have 3 errors. Okay. I bet. Okay. Down, up. See, that works. That's our little snake. I love these colors, by the way. Let's eat a fruit, okay? Oh, okay. I lost because I instantly did down left, so I collided with myself, okay? So I did this. I don't know if you heard my keyboards, but I just collided with myself, okay? Again, let's do it. Slower. Come on. There we go. Okay, score 10. It's bigger. 20. Good. 30. We're getting longer or larger. Oh, not bad. Now that's good. We tested the window. Okay, let's test it up. It's good. Let's test it down. Oh, left. Good. One more. Great, it works. Okay, and you can see the fruits are the pink. Okay, the fruits, because we did the math, will never generate outside of the window. Okay, so that's guaranteed. Okay, and that's it. That's the snake game with Pi game. Now again, I'll just play until I die. But you can see that it's not it's easy to do if you've used Unity or Unreal before. You can see that it's a huge difference with Pygame. Pygame is, how can I say it? It's not difficult to use. It's just not made for production. Okay, it's just to learn. Okay, there we go. I just collided with myself and voila. Okay, but yeah, it's a good way, a great intro for game dev. Okay, Little Sulfur says, and we also have a threshold and easy level. Yep, you have. Cool, awesome. Any questions? By the way, I promise. Let's do it now. Why not? While we, okay. Ooh, that's good. Okay, invalid syntax. Blah, 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 blah. Invalid syntax. Okay, what? Sophie, snake game. Let's say stand in. Standard input. It's an input. It's a keyboard interrupt. Invalid syntax. Do you have more error over it, or just show me the last part of the error? Like, what does it say? Because it says invalid syntax, but what was the syntax? It's an error that you got because something was like mine. It was like this. I K left. Okay. Maybe you wrote K fat like this. Maybe. Oh, line 1. What? Invalid syntax. Do you have line 1 like this? Yes. No. maybe import Pygame. Huh. Is it make sure that you don't have anything before it? So it's not like this. It's like this. The module. I don't think so. Oh, maybe. Oh yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's good. You have to go to your terminal. Okay. Oh, okay. Follow the steps, Sophie. So go to your terminal. Okay. Where your game is, you have to run. If you're in a Mac, you have to run Python 3 -m venv env like this. If you're in Windows, like me, you do py-m venv env. Okay, click enter. For me, it's going to be unable to blah blah blah. Don't listen to these errors. I have my environment already on. Now that you have it, you have to do. If you're in Windows, you have to do env or the name of your environment. Scripts activate, run it, and you'll see an env like this. If you're in a Mac, you have to do Python 3. I'm sorry. You have to do source env bin and then activate like this. Okay, depends on your operating system. In my case, it's Windows, so I just use it like this. I just run it like this. Okay. Let me know if you have this env in your terminal, if you can see it. Cool. In the meantime, I'll just put this in GitHub so y'all can have it. Should be in APIs 2025. Create a new file. Why not? This should be snake game dot py. There we go. Commit changes. Okay. Yep, there you go. Here's the code if anyone wants to use it, and from my previous 2 streams. Okay. By the way, GHW is just a temporary file. Sophie, do you have the env? Changes. Don't use GitHub like this, okay? I just use it like this when it comes to adding a file to something that is not production. Just careful when you do this, okay? Okay. Okay, again. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Which operating system do you have? Is it Windows, Mac, Linux? Okay, that should be it. By the way, in the meantime, we have 6 more minutes. So please, Windows. Oh, cool. Okay. Give me feedback. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Wait a minute. This is for check-in, and the feedback should be this one. So please give the feedback. I appreciate the feedback. Okay. Don't take anything personally. If you didn't like it, just let me know why. Okay. It's a snake game in Python. That's the title of the stream. Okay. Okay. You have Windows, Sophie. Go to your terminal. Okay. I'll open a new terminal so you see how it looks. Okay, like this. So I'm in my default user. I'll just move. I'll use cd desktop. I know that I'm in desktop in a folder called streams. Okay, cd stands for change directory. Enter, and now you see it says users, my name, which is Charbel, desktop streams. Okay, if I run ls, which is list, you can see snake game is here. Okay, so far so good. So you have to open a terminal in your path. Okay, now ignore this base. Okay, this is conda, so this has nothing to do with stream. Okay, that's easier. Okay, no, like this. Okay, are you there? Yes or no? Let me put the background. The background is cool, like this. Cool. Now py-m venv env like this. Okay. Oh, okay. You run it. Don't kill it like I did. Okay, because I have. Oh, let's do it. Let me see. Delete this. Yes. Yes. Okay. So pi-m vnv env, run it. It should create an env folder like this, okay, automatically, and the output should be nothing, okay. And now run env scripts, activate like this, enter, and you should have an env here, okay. So far so good. Yes. No, that's the previous yes. You should see an env like this. Probably not in green, but it's still running. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Maybe it takes a little bit of time because mine is cached. But if it's not cached, maybe it takes a little bit more time. Okay, in the meantime, okay, cool. We have building and modeling status system part 3 with Alberto in 3 minutes. Okay. Yeah, still running. Never mind. Can you? Yeah, that's it. But what do you mean by the second one? Oh, this one. Okay. I can do this. The easiest way to do it is type E and then tab, S tab, A tab. Okay, try it yourself. I'll send it either way. But if you type E tab, S tab, and then A tab, it should autocomplete for you. Okay, like this one. Okay. Not sending to Twitch, and you're in Twitch. Wait a minute. What? It doesn't. It doesn't send to Twitch. Am I still live? Is everything good? What? Like this? Got it. Okay, go. It's not sending in Twitch. I don't know why. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, no worries. Okay, cool. Now that you have this, do you see an EMV? You should see an EMV. Probably not in green. It depends on your computer. But yeah, you should see ENV and then your path here. Hopefully you see it. Install. Upgrade. Okay, Sophie, once you got your ENV here, you run this pip install -- upgrade pip. Okay, you run it. It should look like this. Okay, in my case, I have it cached. It's probably more output for you. Okay, once you got this, pip install Pygame like this. Okay, you probably will have a little bit more output than me. Hey, bye. Thanks, Little Son, for helping and for sticking. But yeah, Pygame, okay, should still look like this. Yeah, pip install like this. And maybe like this one. I don't know. You send it on Twitch? Yes. Let's see if I can send it on Twitch. Yep, there you go. So run pip install Pygame. And then still in your env, now you can run pi space snakegame.py. And it opens the snakegame. Okay. No, random and time are included in Python natively. You don't need to add them. But like you don't see a squiggly line here. It means that it's already there. Yeah, those are built in. Yep. Cool. Okay. Sophie, my Discord is fully 1601. Okay, I hope it runs. Okay, I have to cut the stream off because Alberto is going to stream right now. Okay. Just quickly open the feedback. Okay, go to the feedback page, which is this one, and then continue. Click on instead of this one should be Snake Game in Python. And if you could complete the survey, that'd be super helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Alberto, it's all on your side now. Take care. I'll see you next Global Hack Week. Have a nice one, hackers. Thank you for staying with the awesome session. Thank you for making it awesome. Thank you, Sophie. Let me know if it works on Discord, okay? Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.